I'm wondering if I'm going to be glitchy. It seems my data is low, although I just bought some more. It still seems kind of low. And I think that's what's causing some glitchiness. I tried to record a video this morning of what I wrote, and it was just so choppy that all meaning was lost. Sometimes, that silence between words is valuable. Sometimes, if it's spaced out a little too much, loses all meaning. I know many of you are familiar with Ram Dass. By the way, good morning. Um, Ram Dass was meditating. He was going to write a book on end of life, and he was meditating on the infirmity of the body, the impermanence of the body. And as he was meditating, he suffered a stroke, a big, huge stroke. Hey, Lee, of which he never fully recovered from. He did regain the speech. Oh, hi, Kat. Kat says, good morning, Yogi and Chad. So he did regain speech, but he was confined to a wheelchair. It became even more profound in his teaching because he was able to, hey, Lucy, um, people had to be more attentive to listening to him. So his words were carefully selected, long pauses between each. And the sermon became silence itself. Pretty awesome. I am no Ram Dass. So I want to keep the glitchiness to a minimum, if not eliminate it altogether. I want to have a big, big thanks to Kat of Cat and Jack for last night. And also, you know what, for allowing me to talk so much about meditation, for allowing me to have a moment of reteaching. And it made me think about meditation and A Course in Miracles. Kat had an excellent point, as she always does, that the Course offers meditation throughout the day, not a formal sit down in some cases. In some cases, yes, sit down and examine your mind. But in many cases, just pause and practice. And it is a very precise mini meditation with the purpose of seeing through the ego. You guys, hey, Sissy. Hey, Sniper. You guys heard me talk about, um, let's see, hey, Curtis. Good morning, Yogi. Hello, everyone. Good morning, Curtis. You guys, you often hear me say everything changes through awareness. It's not an original yogi idea or quote, of course, but it's an original yoga idea. The entire process of yoga is becoming aware, awakening. In yoga, it is um, awakening through the kloshas. The kloshas are the 5 different bodies that we have, all connected, but not all of them real. All of them are based upon our perception. We have the food body, the pranic body, energy, and then it gets more subtle still until we have finally the 5th one, the bliss body, consciousness itself, the absolute. So subtle, there is no trace or aspect of the us, personality wise, even available. Um, Also, becoming aware of the kleshas. The kleshas are the 5 afflictions of the mind that are found in yogic psychology as well as Buddhist psychology. Everything that we do is based upon, and we're unaware of it, is based upon those 5 kleshas. This has been verified through modern neuroscience as well. There's no actual I identity. There's no actual self. It's a composite figure of thoughts, beliefs, of wants, needs, demands. And we'd love to talk about free will, but free will isn't there until we're liberated. Otherwise, we're just making choices seeming choices based upon our attachment to our attachments, our attachment to our demands, our aversions of that which we demand otherwise. I like this and I don't like this. Hey, Abdul, how are you? I'm from the United States, Eastern United States, as well as belief that we are a small separate ego, our fear of death, and the big one, uh, ignorance of who we truly are, and ignorance that all this takes place. This ties in very closely with the Samkaras, which are the
Do you bite your nails, smoke cigarettes, or other things? On pens or pencil erasers?
sorry,
Snack too much?
there was an ad come up. I do not bite my nails, by the way, or smoke. Um, the Samkaras are the emotional imprints that we have over a lifetime of choosing based upon those 5 afflictions of the mind. So something happens and we react. Something happens, we react. Something happens and we react. Sepa says, experience and adventure is my first of the 5. I can find the other 4 afflictions on that path, on that one path. What do you mean, Sniper? You bite your nails? Abdul says, nice to meet USA citizen. I'm from India. Well, welcome from India, my friend. The motherland. India has given so much to all of us. So yeah, yoga, Buddhism, the psychology, becoming aware. Not everyone is geared up to that approach. But I think, although the language can be difficult, I really do think that the practice of A Course in Miracles, not in theory, but the actual boots on the ground of doing those exercises. If you have a sincere commitment to the practice, 1 lesson a day, no more, the only one set rule, don't practice more than 1 lesson a day. But you can stay on 1 lesson for days, weeks, months at a time if you feel it's necessary. Just don't do more than 1. Now, when you're done a year, 365, if you want to take a little different approach, that's fine. But there was a message. The scribe, Helen Suchman, was very upset that the course was not working for her. And she got a clear message from Jesus. Jesus was the information presented, the informative, giving her the words to scribe, giving her the message. Whether you believe it or not, doesn't matter. Information is information. The practice is the practice. Let's see. Sempa says, I see the 5 most important parts we must play to see the whole show, Eric. So what do you think, Sniper? So Helen Schutzman complained to Jesus. She had an ongoing debate, conversation with Jesus. And she said, it's not working for me. Of course, it doesn't work. And to which Jesus replied, perhaps if you actually try it exactly as it's presented. I know people who have bragged, I did the course in 4 months. I've done it in 6 months, which means you didn't do the course at all. Try it. See if it works for you. What do you got to gamble for a year? Meditation itself makes you very aware of a lot of these things, but it doesn't give you an option. Just being aware is really great because everything starts to change through awareness. But what the Course says, be aware and then do this. And I like things that say, do this. I had enough of being on my own and trying to figure things out. And I made a mess of it. So instead of figuring things out quite so much, why not rely on something, perhaps someone, who already has it figured out? This is the message of Jesus, and it was the message of the crucifixion. The only lesson of the crucifixion is that we all survive our moment on the cross. That in each moment we can choose crucifying others, crucifying ourselves, by refusing to forgive, by refusing to recognize that this person who, yes, in the level of form did something pretty grievous, sucks, it hurt, but on the level of spirit, everything's already forgiven. No demands are made. So what we're asked to do is not to see exclusively form, but to see the face of Christ in all, as Mother Teresa said, to see the face of Christ in all of his many distressing disguises. Can you see the face of Christ in that person who has seemed to have sinned against you, and using sin in its original translation, missed the mark, made a mistake, misperceived? So when Jesus died for our sins, what he was saying is, I don't see you as a sinner. I don't see mistakes. I don't see errors. I see you as free. I see you as light-filled. I see you as pure, unconditional love. Should we waste that opportunity? Should we waste that moment on the cross? Should we waste that suffering? Because it didn't have to happen. We could have just woke up and said, Jesus, let me help you down off that cross. Because when I put you on the cross, Jesus or you, otherwise, yes, I'm pointing at you, then I'm crucifying everyone. I'm crucifying myself. If I put you on the cross of unforgiveness, I'm crucifying myself. It sucks. I no longer wish to crucify myself. Certainly no longer wish to crucify you. It's interchangeable. I'm not going to quote Ramana Maharshi again. However, if a certain person would like to interject what Ramana Maharshi might say in such an instant in the chat, I would not be, I wouldn't object to that happening. So I'm not going to quote. I know you're tired of me quoting Ramana Maharshi, but if it were to appear in the chat, if I could manifest such a thing, we'll see. Lee is, I need to do something for Lee. He's on his way to the river. Enjoy the river, Lee. Nothing is done, it's always doing. I wrote about that yesterday. Beautifully said. It's when you practice something, you get to the point. It's not practice, you are doing. Being done. I like that. Being done. It's always doing. Lee, I hope you have a good day at the river. Hi, Anna. I'm on the way to the pond in just a minute. Hey, coffee cake, loving bish. You ever get trapped in a loop of saying the same thing over and over again in a different way? You're welcome, Lee. If you ever change your mind, it is convenient. It's also helpful if you want to connect to someone. Everyone's saying hi. I appreciate that. So yeah, again, just started as a big thanks. I'm going to put my other shoe on. A big thanks to make sure I don't disturb my cat, who is often underfoot at this time. A big thanks to Kat for allowing me to talk about this, actually facilitating this talk on meditation. It's all useful. But man, you could really think of A Course in Miracles as just an entire year of mindfulness and meditation in which we are given the tools of awakening, in which we are given the tools of forgiveness. We are given the key to the kingdom of heaven. The only reason we need a key is because we forgot that the door is always open. In fact, there is no door. Lee, thank you so much, my friend. These are blessings. Blessings to you. I love the term blessings. how in any moment we can offer a blessing to someone. Uh, Lee, right now, just offered a lovely blessing. The blessing is not the monetary value. The blessing is the act, the kindness that went behind it. Lee is an infinitely kind person who's on a mission. His channel reflects his mission. Lee's channel reflects his mission in an almost single-minded focus. It's a very zen. Um, this is what I do, and he doesn't deviate. Man, I so much admire that commitment to life, to nature, to his mission. So, respect, admiration, and absolute love for you, my friend Lee. Let me take that back to my brother Lee. Everyone's saying hi. Hey, Francois. Bonjour, my friend. That's what Anna said. Anna says, bonjour, Francois. Thank you, Coffee Cake. We got some jewels, a floating heart. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Coffee Cake, how are you? So it's Friday. It's Friday. It's also, again, it's only going to be, I think, a high of 75 today after hitting 100 yesterday. I suspect one of the reasons why I'm ready to get out there a little bit earlier, too. I suspect more animals are going to be out roaming, taking advantage of that cool morning. It's going to get hot again. Not quite as hot. I'm not going to have that streak, but it'll start creeping up again tomorrow. So let's see. I'm aiming for the trifecta. I've seen it, but I haven't recorded it. And for the trifecta to take place, I have to record it with my camera. And it is the beaver, an owl, and a fox in one morning. I would take it in a day. To see any of those three in a day. I have other smaller trifectas that might be easier. And then I have the very, very rare duo, which is, I've seen one or the other. It's been forever since I've seen both, which is a raccoon and a possum in one morning. All right, I'm going to have to get out there in a minute. Anna says, how are you today, Yogi? I'm doing pretty good. My back, which was pretty tight, I'm doing a heavier squat on Wednesday, and it's super heavy, hitting a PR on my kettlebell snatch on Monday. It's feeling better. The yoga has reset things. We'll see if I can keep it reset when I do my heavier workout in just a little bit. Anna says, how is everyone? How are you, Anna? Lee says, I may have traveled there just to see the road beaver. Never seen one. They're pretty awesome. Industrious. I have to, when I see beavers fairly close, I got to check my enthusiasm. My number one rule, my only rule, is non-interference to the extent that I'm able. I want to film, but I don't want to try to make things happen. You know what I mean? That, like, if I see a blue heron, I don't want to catch it in flight unless it wants to fly. I don't want to make it fly, so I don't want to get too close to cause it to react to my presence. I just want to be there and be intimately linked to the everything that's happening, to be part of the happening instead of being a separate observer. I want to be a participant in the easiest, most gentlest way. It is also my goal for living. It's participating. And it says, I'm good. Thank you, Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. He says, Sniper, I'll have C. Let me know, maybe we sit together. That would be cool. I'd love to see a coyote. I know we got them here. I've never seen one in my immediate area. I've seen them before, but not in my immediate area. Every few months we have an eagle fly over. Hey Tay. Tay says, I'm the same gladiator. If you remember, I do. Iran. Just wanted to say that I made it to the end of the war. I hope it is the end of the war, my friend. And I'm glad that you are safe and sound. Your family as well. Sending you love, my friend. And sending you peace. Again, man, the time to settle anything. The time to settle anything through force and through violence, through acts of war, is done. It's over. It all occurs in a single thought that I want what I want and I will do what it takes to get it, no matter how many people die. Can you imagine having such a thought? I want this, and it doesn't matter to me how many people I send to their death. What if they had another thought? What if they entertained another thought? What if they entertained another possibility? And why don't they? And why don't we insist upon it? Why don't we collectively say, no, this is not the way? There's always an insistence of that the United States is a Christian nation. We're not supposed to be. We're supposed to be a nation of inclusivity. Why did I choose that word? Knowing I wasn't going to be able to say it. It's because I'm ambitious. I have ambitions, guys. But if we were to practice being a Christian nation, I would have no trouble with that, especially when Jesus said, when he was asked, what are the two greatest commandments? And he said to love God above all others and to love others as we love ourselves. Imagine the world if we all did that, regardless of the religion that we claim to practice. Anyway, Kat says, I've seen coyotes wild. They are wild. I saw one in a state park that's about 5 miles away, 10 miles away maybe. And I've seen some in Pennsylvania, hiking. Saw some in the Smoky Mountains. I'd love to see a red fox, of which there are some in Tennessee and North Carolina. Not a red fox, a red wolf. Hey Mark, our friend Gravity Core Fitness is here. One of the premier fitness channels. Not to mention, just a whole lot of fun. Tay says they don't care about their people. They just worry about their fame. I agree. We could chalk it all up to ego. And it says, hi, Mark and Jill. Francois says, hi, Gravity Core. Peace is the only way that we should live. Agreedly. But here's what I love. Rule number 1, love yourself. Rule number 2, harm no one. And when we love ourselves, we realize, I'm going to give someone one more chance to back me up. What does Ramana Maharshi say about loving ourselves or loving others? We just say, love. Love. There's the answer. What's the question? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the question is. Because the answer is always love. Hafiz, the Sufi poet. There are no others. Thank you, Kat. Kat's got my back. There are no others. Ramana Maharshi was asked, how do we treat others? And he smiled and said, what others? There are no others. Again, second time I quoted this morning, Mother Teresa, we simply see the face of Christ in all of its many disguises, all of its many distressing disguises. Christ. If you are not Christian, it's fine. Seeing the face of Christ means that you are seeing the Christ spirit that resides in all of us. Christ Christos, it's a Greek term. It's a Greek title. Anointed one, awakened. To say Christ is the same as saying Buddha consciousness. It's the same as saying Krishna consciousness. All right, guys, Wish me luck. I'm shooting for the trifecta. Beaver, fox, owl. Cat says, which makes the thought that you must love yourself before you can love others makes sense. It does make sense. Thank you, Lee. It does make sense. I can see it both ways. This would be the path of karma yoga, service, and surrendering the fruits of my service to God, to Krishna, as said in the Bhagavad Gita. So we serve God through serving others. And in that way, we wake up to the presence of Christ within. We wake up to the presence of Krishna within. And then we could have Bhakti Yoga, which is devotion to God, so that we awaken to the Spirit of God within everything and everyone. Or Jnana Yoga, this is the path Squirrel Sniper is on, which is the path of self-inquiry, self-study. So we keep asking, who am I, who am I, who am I? Dismissing every answer that comes our way until we get to the ultimate source of love itself, which resides in that one heart that is shared with all of us. Kat says, thank you, Kat. Tay says, the hardest part of war was not having internet. I was literally dying of boredom. I would say that was definitely hard. Lucy says, I love myself and I love others. Lucy, such an awesome person. And then I send love to even my haters. You certainly do, my friend. All right, I'm out the door. Thank you, guys. I love you all. If you're around, come on by. What time do I go live? 1 o'clock. I'll be live at 1. It's Friday. Let's have fun. Let's connect in whatever way we're able to connect. Some of us have been connecting by song, but you can also connect through poetry. If you write something, if you have a thought, come on up and share it. I don't want to be exclusively a singing channel. I want to be exclusively a channel where we express our thoughts, our inspiration, in whatever form it takes. So be open. Do you have a favorite prayer, a favorite passage? Did you write something? Did you write down an insight that occurred to you sometime today? Come on up and share it with deep reverence. And we'll all join in. Let's make the live stream a service for each other. And I mean service in that devotional type of way. That we're providing space for each other. For whatever. We've had some beautiful moments on some of these live streams. Sometimes I find myself doubting, is this the best direction to go? And then I realize I have no direction. I have whatever is unfolding in the present moment, whatever's been gifted to all of us through the Holy Spirit. And I either react to it with ego, this isn't what I want, or I respond to it with love, this is what's happening. So much easier when I take that second option. So thank you for everything you guys do. I love you. Capital Y.